For 2 intense weeks, players engaged in fierce battles in clan platoons to secure a spot for their clan in the top 10 and earn rewards. The discussions around the event were running high and didn't subside. We want to thank everyone who participated in the event discussions. You were right, we failed to take into account several factors in the event's rules. This oversight enabled certain players to boost their progress by resorting to dishonest methods. After a comprehensive analysis of event statistics, a thorough review of player support tickets, and careful consideration of player feedback in social media, we have made the decision to change rewards for the top 3 clans. Instead of a unique clan logo and avatar, winners will receive a German tank certificate, which guarantees 1 tank as a reward. The rest of the prizes will remain unchanged. The real concerns here are rigged battles and account sharing. It's crucial we maintain transparency and integrity in our gameplay, so let's ensure we're all aligned on this. Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking into how a simple clan event has caused some of the biggest disruptions I have ever seen in World of Tanks Blitz. Not only has this clan event ruined the matchmaker for the past 2 weeks, it has also caused people to get permanently banned for rigging and to tarnish clans' reputations. Let's get straight into it. On August 31st, Wargaming officially announced the clan event in their Discord. And the way it works is quite simple. You have to be in a clan with fellow friends, or maybe even people you don't know, and essentially platoon with those players to get the most wins possible. At the end of a 2-week period, whatever clan has the most accumulative wins in platoon will win the event. The top 3 places will get a custom clan avatar. The top 5 places will get the Ritter, and then the additional 5 places after that, so 5th through 10th place, will get collect 'em all containers. In theory, this event sounds very simple. You get to platoon with friends, and in the process, possibly get free rewards. The problem is the sheer amount of rigging, account sharing, and toxicity you will find when creating an event like this, especially on what I would consider a smaller game in popularity, being World of Tanks Blitz. This event is nothing like the previous clan events we have had in the past. For example, to get your hands on the Waffenträger Ritter, you needed to complete weekly missions to get your hands on the vehicle. As long as your entire clan completed these missions, you would get the tank. You didn't need the spam battles or anything in terms of leaderboards. And to get your hands on the 50 TP prototype, it was also a very easy event that didn't have to do anything with clan leaderboards. All you needed to do was platoon with a clanmate and get brothers in arms. I remember platooning with one of my friends in tier 4 for about 4 hours when the event started, managed to get my hands on the tank in day 1. It wasn't very toxic because of the fact that you didn't really need the spam battles to get your hands on the vehicle, and it didn't have any leaderboards, so there wasn't a competition. From Wargaming's perspective, this is a simple, fun event to have a bit of competition and earn yourself the Waffenträger Ritter or 50 TP prototype if you don't have either of the vehicles. The problem is that is in theory. In actual practice, this is quite possibly one of the worst events that Wargaming has ever put into the game. It has tarnished the reputation of clans, and it has massively impacted a lot of the skilled players' opinion on this game. Before the event was even released, the day I saw the news on this event, I knew it was a terrible idea, and it's quite easy to understand why. Blitz is not a game that has millions of players actively every single day, and when you make an event where the only criteria is spam as many battles and win as many games as possible, it is going to absolutely destroy the matchmaker. Every single battle that Flossie and I in platoon tried to win in tier 10, we would go up against some other platoon that was also trying to win and try hard their battles as well, over and over and over. Even if you didn't run into the same platoon the next battle, you would run into a different try-harding platoon. You can imagine how this would get rather frustrating. While as a skilled player, I don't mind fighting other skilled players every now and then, it is mildly infuriating every single single game to go up against double TVP platoons by try-harding skilled players, essentially defeating any purpose of skill or real fun in this game. Now imagine instead of being a skilled player like myself, you're the average 50%er or 40%er, and you're in platoon with one of your friends just having fun, and you are constantly going up against these double TVP platoons over and over and over. You can imagine how this is terrible for the game. I tried live streaming one of the days while this event was going on, and ended the stream within an hour because of the fact there were so many spammed battles. The following clips you are about to watch are grabbed from a 1-hour live stream 2 days after the event was released. We're up against double 752, double TVP. Okay. This clan event is the worst thing that has ever happened to Blitz. I can tell you guys that for a fact. It has seriously removed the fun of this game by quite a bit, because all people are doing is they're being the most useless wastes of human being, and they're just spamming the most overpowered tanks. Guys, look, 2 TVPs on the enemy team again. Both 65 plus 70%ers, so probably another loss here. Wow, guys, look at that. 2 more double TVPs against us. The fact that every single battle has 2 TVPs in platoon, it's 100% because of this clan event. But this clan event has ruined any semblance of fun in World of Tanks Blitz. Any semblance of fun. Why would I bother trying to even have any skill when every single game I play, I'm going to roll up against 2 try-harding TVPs who are going to YOLO every single battle? What is the point? Oh boy, guys, look. Pramo, top first place Origin winning players doing double TVP platoon. Well, we gotta get wins for the clan event, says TVP players. No, you don't. You don't need to play double TVP to get wins in the clan event. Wow, look at that lineup, guys. 2 Sheridans, 2 TVPs. What do we get? We get an FE4 202 and 2 Sheridans. Where's our other medium? Where's our medium, guys? So we lose. Is essentially what I've deduced from this game. We are averaging 3,440 damage and going at a 28% win rate for today's stream. Again, all of that is clipped from a 1-hour live stream during the event. This was happening every single day, over and over, being spammed in tier 10. You can imagine how this has basically destroyed the majority of fun that is able to be had playing World of Tanks Blitz. Because anytime you try to even chill solo, you're going to be stuck either up against a double platoon of tryharding players, or you're going to have the toon on your team, and when you try to get any damage, they're already going to have taken it all due to the tanks they're driving. And it's not just a tier 10. A very large portion of players were also spamming overpowered tier 8 premiums, like double Carnarvon platoons, double Shark, and yeah, you couldn't really even go down the tier 8 to chill. Really, the only tier that I found worked well with Flossie was tier 9, because for some reason people just underrate tier 9. But that was it. Every other tier was basically unplayable for 2 weeks. One of the major problems that Wargaming had when creating this event is they didn't really think about the implications of what this would do to the matchmaker and people spamming and rigging games. As a player who has obviously accumulated over 90,000 battles on my account, I instantly knew that this was a really bad event for the game, the matchmaker, and the overall longevity of this game, due to the fact people are just going to spam as many battles as possible, destroying a lot of the fun and competitiveness in the pubs. But yeah, the problem is Wargaming doesn't really play pubs. Their company doesn't test the things or think about the impacts they will have on the matchmaker, which is something that they definitely should have done when inviting this event into the game. And now we arrive to the topic of rigging, specifically rigging battles when you have other platoons on the enemy team in the same clan as you and losing purposefully so they can get wins, or obviously the opposite, your team has more clan members and their team throws purposefully. We can see a great example of this from Hated. This post was made on Reddit by an MM player, and we can see that there is a Hated player literally sitting AFK in the back of the map in his T100 LT. There is no way that this player could have possibly gotten here unless he drove here purposefully. And we can see the other player in platoon with him has also decided to literally do nothing the entire battle. Taking a look at the game results, we can see that both of the hated players did essentially 0 damage, and wow, would you look at that, the enemy team has 4 hated players, and they all did well. Who would have guessed that? Well, just about anybody that can predict what rigging is. Because essentially, these players are just spamming battles in realistic over and over and over. They're probably even doing countdowns. And when they run into each other, all they do is kill each other immediately and go into another game. And if there's a battle like this where there's 4 people, then they will kill the team which has less, and then those players will then go into another battle. It's completely abusing the system. It is screwing over people that actually want to have fun in these game modes. So yeah, it's pretty bad. And as we can see, 8 of the hated players have now gotten permanently banned. Now, do I agree that these players should be permabanned? No. I think that's not the best decision. I'm hoping that their bans are more turned into like 1 or 2 weeks, because it's not fair that you should get permanently banned, especially for something that's pretty small like this. So I will say that in my opinion. But yeah, rigging's a pretty big problem. I know other clans have been doing this on the NA server as well. I'm not going to list them because I know people in these clans, but other clans have been participating in this, or have been before people started getting banned. It's pretty bad, and yeah, I'm glad that Wargaming started cutting down on this, but it should have been listed in the rules to begin with. We can also take a look at false accusations. For example, my friend Flossie had a really unlucky game with his teammate, which we're going to take a look at in a moment. And this picture was posted to the WhatBe Reddit saying these 2 people are basically rigging. And then you can see, yeah, that was on purpose. Apex has done that throughout the clan event. Report them. Apex guys in our team played like absolute bots. Not sure if it was on purpose. It was on purpose. Send a ticket with a screenshot. Funny how Flossie messaged in that Reddit post asking for the replay, and the person doesn't ever reply or give a replay. Thankfully, Flossie has the replay. He said it was literally the last one he had in his battle log before it would have been taken away. So thankfully, Flossie has the replay here, and he can very easily prove that this was not a rigged battle. And not to mention, the player who submitted this was on the team and very easily himself could have just looked at the replay and seen, oh yeah, they're not rigging. But why would you do that? No, I gotta go over to Reddit, make a whole post, accuse somebody of getting rigging battles. Oh, Flossie shoots at a player, and look at that, it's even an Apex player. So clearly he's not trying to rig. He already bleeds about 500 health. Oh, sorry, a lot more than 500 health, about 1,000 health, just trying to get out of the position that he's in because his team is completely separated. Unfortunately, his Dracula teammate gets caught out in the open and dies to the ISU shooting him, as we can see. So there's not much he could have done, and Flossie gets stuck in the same situation here. He aims in on this Dracula for a decent chunk of the game, can't get a shell out, and then gets finished off by tanks rolling all around him. This is not rigging. Very clearly, this is not rigging. There was nothing he could have done in this type of situation that would have won. Even if he had penned the shells that he fired, which was only 2 shells, it wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game. And the team did absolutely terrible. 1,080 damage was the top player. So it is incredibly impressive for me to see other people now starting to report players, post Reddit comments on people that are clearly not rigging the game. This is obviously starting to be a big problem, because players like Flossie and Gyro could possibly be banned for something that they haven't even done wrong. This isn't the first post I've seen of Flossie as well. There was another one where it said, Droodle's teammate Flossie, is he rigging? And he wasn't. It was a picture of like him across the map. You couldn't even see his tank, and it was accusing him of shooting HE, which it never showed any proof of, and again, no replay. This is starting to become a massive problem. In my opinion, if you're going to falsely accuse people of rigging and try to get them banned, you personally should be held accountable for what you've said and also bear the consequences. To finish off today's video, we have the rewards and how they were changed. Wargaming has decided, after this entire bombshell of an event, that they are going to change the top 3 place rewards. Previously, it was going to be whatever clans finished in 3rd, 2nd, or 1st place, they get a custom clan avatar. Now, this isn't like the most amazing reward ever. It's not any monetary reward, and it's literally just a couple pixels in the top of your screen. But a lot of people wanted those pixels to be theirs. So it's a bit of a contrasting opinion I have here, because I do think that it's quite rude of Wargaming to take away the main reward that a lot of players worked very hard to get. There are certain players that have literally thrown in over 1,000, almost over 2,000 battles to try and get this custom clan avatar. And for Wargaming to then strip this reward away is a bit mean, and I'm definitely siding with the players at that point. I think ethically, Wargaming should still give the custom avatar as the main reward. But, at the other hand, I agree with Wargaming on the fact that I don't really know if these clans deserve the logos. I would be willing to say that almost any clan that has finished in 3rd, 2nd, or 1st place had some sort of rigging. Now, I don't think that they were intentionally doing this, but I still think that if, let's say, there was 2 platoons on the enemy team of one clan and 1 platoon on the other side, and you were unrealistic, you were probably going to try and have the enemy team lose, or win, sorry, have the enemy team win. It's just common sense. So I'm fairly confident that there was quite a bit of rigging, even if it wasn't reported going on. And at that point, I don't really know if any clan deserves the avatar, especially for a simple event that really should have just been a simple event. At the end of the day, it's a bit disappointing to see how a game meant for children has turned into a massive, like, worthless event just because of the fact people couldn't handle playing battles being chill. But, oh well. At the end of the day, the rewards are still good. You get the Ritter, you get a free 50 TP Proto, and you get your hands on a free German Premium, which, if you already have one, probably gives you gold. So, it's not like the rewards are bad, and honestly, I probably would have rather had the Premium Certificate personally. But, yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. This was a pretty bad event, though. I do put some blame on Wargaming. They definitely should have thought this through and realized what they were saying before it was released, and at the same time, I think that this is 50% on the players for just not being able to play like normal human beings and have some level of maturity. So, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.